Hi there. I can't be with you in class today because I am at a training in Casper. However, I wanted to make sure that I touch base with you so you understand how to quote unquote read your Turnitin.com results. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go into one of my classes from last year. And of course, I need to protect the rights and the privacy of students who've submitted work to me. But I will use an essay from a student who was a foreign exchange student and has returned to kind of give you an idea of how to read this, okay? So follow along with me, and I'm going to navigate into my Canvas class from last year and then show you what that looks like. So let me go ahead and I'll change my screen. All right, so right now I'm going to go into my Canvas course from last year, and I am going to find their informative research, and this was their final draft because that's what I gave them feedback on. Now, when you go to submit yours, you should have seen something like this where you have to load your informative research essay. But when I push this button, you're going to see all of the students that submitted because that's what the teacher side looks like. And I don't know how to show you the student side. So I'm going to push this button and then I am going to find a specific student essay. So let me go ahead and I'm going to scroll through this. And that essay is the one from Lisa Kreutzer. And I'm going to go ahead and click right here on this document. And when you click on your document, you'll be able to see this. Now this is saying, hey, this is read only. This class has expired. Yeah, because it's from last year. But you can see her essay in its entirety right here. Okay. Now, right here along the right-hand side, there are different what I will call filters that you can put on. Okay, so the first filter that you can choose is these red ones. And I'm going to choose the one that has a number in it. It's right here. When I push this number, this shows that 18% of her essay matched with different things from online. And it tells you how much matched. So for example, anything in her essay that is marked number 1 matches to some student paper from this place, 8% of it. Now before you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. It's okay. What that means is that you and whoever wrote this essay probably used the exact same sources and maybe paraphrased in a similar manner, okay? Now, when it is alarming to me as a teacher and should be alarming to you as a student is when it says 8% match to encyclopediabritannica.com or whatever a source might be. So what you need to do then is actually look inside your essay to see what matches up. So the first thing, and this says from bartleby.com in it, because it's number 4, is antisocial personality disorder. And then we have this right here. Now, one of the things that Lisa probably needed to do was to change this part of the sentence. We can't change the words antisocial personality disorder because that's the term, right? But the rule is that it should be, I'm going to put myself back on here, the rule of 5 words. Here's what that means. No more than 5 words in a row should match up with your source. I understand that names, dates, places, proper nouns, etc. may end up matching, but if it matches more than 5 words in a row, that is close to being plagiarized and you need to paraphrase it more effectively. I am not going to tell you a certain percentage over here is okay. You have to think and analyze your results to find if there are more than 5 words in a row that match up. Now, if I scroll through Lisa's paper, I'm looking to see, well, what else matched up with her sources? And boom, here's where most of this comes from. This is fine. This is okay because you can't change the information that's there. When I set up yours, I think I had it not match up with your Works Cited page, but if you see it, don't freak out. Now, let's go ahead and let's look at another filter that we can look at for her essay. And that is right up here, this quick marks. This is typically where I put teacher feedback, okay? This is far faster for me than writing on your essay, and you can always go back and look at this information if you don't have questions or want to grow. So I have pre-made comments like MLA formatting is incorrect, or this is a no-no word right here, bad habits. But I also have these little thought bubbles, and when I have those in your writing, that means I typed in a comment specifically for you. So for this one, rather than beginning with facts and definitions, begin in a more interesting, engaging way. I am giving you specific feedback to help your writing, okay? So you can see with Lisa's, I gave some feedback on her thesis. Right here, this is missing the source name. Now, typically, we shouldn't have any sources in our intro paragraph, but as I'm reading as a reader and as a assessor, I look at this and my immediate thought is I go down to her works cited page and I see it here, but how many authors are actually in this source? Yeah, we talked last week about et al. And what that means. So she would have to put Meg's Dulu, whatever that is, et al. In her citation, okay? So as you can kind of see, I highlighted, I gave things because the biggest thing I can do for you to help you grow is to learn. And the only way for you to learn is through lots of feedback about things you're doing well and things you need to grow on. Now, I have students that sometimes look at this and think, oh my God, I did terrible. She hates me. No, I'm hired by the school district to be a teacher to help you learn and grow. And so I'm going to do everything within my power to give you those opportunities. Okay. Now, the next lens through which you can look is this one right here, and it says feedback summary. Sometimes I will make comments right in here and I will type them in. Sometimes I can leave a voice comment up to 3 minutes worth. I don't do that a ton. And then finally, this is the rubric. And when you get your informative research essay final draft, the rubric that I gave you on paper will be formatted in Turnitin to be right here. Okay. The other thing that I want you to know is that this little push pin right here, that's what I'll call it. If you click on that, oh, and of course it won't work because it's live, but if you want to exclude your works cited page from your Turnitin percentage, this is where you're going to do that. Okay. So again, I just wanted to be really upfront and clear and kind of understand how to read your Turnitin.com results. Okay, you're going to go into your Word document then and make any changes that you want to make. And then that way, when you resubmit, you can certainly do that. You can resubmit as many times as you want to the rough draft. So let's say that at the end of class today, you've made a lot of changes, but you want to check how that's looking for you. You can go resubmit it to the rough draft link, and then it will process it again and you'll be able to look at it again. Okay, I am only going to make those quick marks. I'm going to look at grammar on the quick marks when I grade your your final draft, excuse me. But a lot of the comments that I made on your rough drafts were relating to the structure. So the hook, bridge, thesis, topic sentences, closing sentences, your citations, your works cited, kind of getting those cleaned up, if you will. Okay, now I am not going to edit them again until you submit your final draft. So please, if you have questions or don't understand anything, reach out to me via email or ask Mrs. Ricks in class because we're glad to help you understand what those comments mean. Thanks. I'll see you soon.